पौत्रं विनयनम्
स्वराज पौत्रं विनयिनम्
आत्मनस्तु क्षमां गुणाय
आत्मनस्तु स्मं गुणैः
त्वयनिव्यापतिं भूमे
तोयनिव्यापतिं भूमिर्
अभ्यसिञ्चद्गजयवे
अभ्यसिञ्चद्गदाह्वये. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace of Charna Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Synonyms: Swarat, the emperor.
Swarat,
the emperor.
Pautram, unto the grandson.
Pautram, unto the grandson.
Vinayinam, properly trained.
Vinayinam, properly trained.
Atmana, his own self.
Atmana, his own self.
Susamam, equal in all respects.
Susamam, equal in all respects.
Gunaihi, by the qualities.
Gunai, by the qualities.
Toyanibhya, bordered by the seas.
Toyanibhya, bordered by the seas.
Patim, master.
Patim, master.
Bhume, of the land.
Bhume, of the land.
Abhyasinchat, enthroned.
Abhyasinchat, enthroned.
Gajahvaye, in the capital of Hastinapura.
Gajahvaye, in the capital of Hastinapura.
Translation, please repeat after me. Thereafter, in the capital of Hastinapura, he enthroned his grandson, who was trained and equally qualified. As the emperor and master of all land bordered by the seas.
As the emperor and master of all land bordered by the seas.
Purport.
The total land on the earth bordered by the sea was under the subjugation of the king of Hastinapur. Maharaja Yudhishthir trained his grandson, Maharaja Parikshit, who was equally qualified in state administration in terms of the king's obligation to the citizens. Thus, Parikshit was enthroned on the seat of Maharaja Yudhishthir prior to his departure back to Godhead. Concerning Maharaja Parikshit, the specific word used, Vinayinam, is significant. Why was the king of Hastinapur, at least till the time of Maharaja Parikshit, accepted as the emperor of the world? The only reason is that the people of the world were happy because of the good administration of the emperor. The happiness of the citizens was due to the ample production of natural produce such as grains, fruits, milk, herbs, valuable stones, minerals, and everything that the people needed. They were even free from all bodily misery, anxiety of mind, and disturbances caused by natural phenomena and other living beings. Because everyone was happy in all respects. There was no resentment, although there were sometimes battles between the state kings for political reasons and supremacy. Everyone was trained to attain the highest goal of life, and therefore the people were also enlightened enough not to quarrel over triviality. The influence of the age of Kali gradually infiltrated the good qualities of both the kings and the citizens, and therefore a tense situation developed between the ruler and the ruled. But still, even in this age of disparity between the ruler and the ruled, there can be a spiritual emolument and God consciousness. That is a special prerogative.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pathaka Swami Iti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakatha Thamadhaya Nagara Grama Tarine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadhe Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudanam Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gaitagiri Matripatamamande Sri Gurum Janatarinam Paramanda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. So, it's a very beautiful verse to see how the world is misdirected. For example, it is specified the emperor and master of all the land bordered by the seas. In the translation, you can see. So, what does that mean? It appears that 5,000 years ago, all the lands of this globe were known already. So, it's a mistake that America was discovered. It was already there under the reign of Parikshit Maharaj or Yudhishthira Maharaj. It was known. America was not discovered. Otherwise, how it is said that the land encircled by water? Unless it is known. So the so-called Hindus, they say that if somebody goes on the other side of the sea, he becomes fallen. Does it mean that the emperor did not go outside? And the capital was Hastinapura, which is now near New Delhi. So they say the Pandava fort is there. Anyway, so the whole world was being governed by the emperor situated in Hastinapura. One state, there are many evidences. Therefore, the history of the whole world is called Mahabharata. Maha means greater. Mahabharata, the history, Mahabharata is the history. They call it epic. No, actually it is the history. So formally, the whole planet, Bharata Varsha, it was named Bharata Varsha, and it was being governed by only one emperor. Just see. Therefore, it is here said Swarat. Huh? You can see the word Swarat is using. Swarat Pautram Vinayinam. So Swarat means completely independent. Completely independent. Maharaja Yudhishthira, he was not dependent on any other king or any other state. He was fully independent. Whether he liked it or he could do. Whatever he likes, he will do. That is called king. That is called the emperor. If the so-called king or the president is dependent on the votes of some rascal voters, another parliament, another committee, then what kind of Swarat he is? At the present moment, the so-called president is dependent on the votes of some rascals. That's all. So, these fools, rascal means foolish. They don't know whom to vote. And therefore, one rascal will be elected by many rascals. And when he is not doing well, they will cry, you have elected. You have elected. Yaar, why are you crying now? Huh? Because they are rascals and they will only elect rascals. They don't know. This is going on in the name of democracy. But actually, the head of the state should be Swarat, fully independent, not on the votes of the Praja. He is only dependent on Krishna. That is called independent. Independent means fully dependent on Krishna. Just like Maharaja Yudhishthira or all the Pandavas. They were all under the order of Krishna only. So the king or emperor, he is the representative of Krishna. Therefore, he is so honored. Naradeva. The king's another name is also Naradeva. Huh? So God of human being. God as human being, actually. Naradeva. The king is so respected, that much. Because he is representative of Krishna. Any representative of Krishna, just like as a king, not the present king or president, but this is the ideal situation. Yudhishthira Maharaj was like that. Parikshit Maharaj was like that. He should be so perfect representative that, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura says, Yasya Prasada Bhagavat Prasada. Isn't it? If the king is real representative of God, then simply by pleasing the king, you please the Almighty Father or God. So why Krishna wanted this battle of Kurukshetra to install Maharaja Yudhishthira on the throne? Because he knew that Yudhishthira Maharaj is my right representative, not Duryodhana. Therefore, there must be fight. And this Duryodhana and company should be finished. And Yudhishthira should be installed. This is Krishna's plan. This is called Parampara. So Yudhishthira's responsibility is now, who should be the next qualified king? Because he is going to retire. So the next emperor should be as qualified as Yudhishthira Maharaj. He should also be equally qualified like me. So this is the responsibility of the representative of Krishna. Okay. So it is said, Susamam Gunai. Susamam, exactly my representative. So my grandson Parikshit, he has got the equal qualification, therefore he should be installed. Not a, vagabond. No, that cannot be. So when Maharaja Parikshit was born, he was the only child in the whole Kuru dynasty, I can say. Kuru family, at least. All others were killed in the battle. No, he was also posthumous child. He was within the womb of his mother. His mother was simply pregnant. His father, 16-year-old only Abhimanyu, Arjuna's son, he went to fight in the battle. He was so great warrior. So 7 big men required to kill him. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Duryodhan, like that. All combined together killed the 16-year-old boy. Just see, son of Arjuna, the Abhimanyu. So there is no mercy. This Abhimanyu was grandson, great-grandson of all the heroes who encircled him to kill him. Very beloved grandson. Or you can say great-grandson. Bhishma's great-grandson. Duryodhana's grandson. But it is fight. Kshatriya. When you have come to fight, you must kill the opposite party. It doesn't matter whether he is my beloved son or my beloved grandson, or my beloved great grandson. This is duty. So this Abhimanyu, who is the father of Maharaja Parikshit, was only 16 years old. His mother Uttara. So Mother Uttara is the daughter of King Virata. So when he was born, there is Vedic ceremony, of course, Jata Karma ceremony. After a child is born, what a horrible age we are now. You see, we are killing before the birth of the child in the womb itself. This is Kali Yuga. Huh? Where is the question of auspiciousness? A child is born in the family means auspicious. Huh? There is ceremony, Jata Karma ceremony. Before the child is born, there is Garbhodana ceremony, Swada Bhakshana ceremony. So many nice culture we have. Where it has gone now? Now the child is killed within the womb of the mother, by the mother herself. This is called Kali Yuga. And it is very scientific advancement. And the scientist, the priest, they give order. The doctor gives out, yes, do it. Just try to understand what is Kali Yuga. Anyway, so this is the Vedic system that when a child is born, immediately his horoscope is made. Astrological science is so perfect. The moment the child is born, immediately calculated. What is the position of this moment? Then they derive calculation. This child will be like this will be this, will be this. I have also, seen in even the recent past, this even for Srila Prabhupada, they had the horoscope. It was clearly written, that horoscope, that this child after 70 years, he will be great religious propagator and establish 108 temples around the world. He will go across the ocean. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So this horoscope was there even in Srila Prabhupada's time. Yes, this is astrology. So Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they know that his horoscope in India, and it is clearly written there. So while the Brahmanas were writing horoscope, Maharaja Yudhishthira's anxiety was that they were describing this child will be such a great hero, he will do this, he will do this. And it was also mentioned that he will die also, being cursed by a Brahmana. That was, so Yudhishthira Maharaj did not take care of that, how he will die. He simply took care how he will live. He inquired from the learned Brahmanas whether this child will be exactly prototype of our dynasty, because this is Kuru dynasty, is the parampara system of emperors, all perfect. They're representative of Krishna. So whether this child will be like that, that was only his inquiry and anxiety. So all the Brahmanas replied, yes, sir, this is just quite fit, your family. Therefore, it is said here that Susamam Gunaihi, by quality exactly like Maharaja Yudhishthira. So we saw here in that, Atmana Susamam Gunaihi. So it's exactly equal in quality as Yudhishthira, highly qualified. How he can be installed as the head of the executive of the state of the world. So he has been given charge through a third-class voters? No. Characterless personalities will vote for him? No. How you can expect the elected person to be so perfect when the electing persons does not have any knowledge? So that's impossible. This is not the system. The system is the head of the state should be perfect. And the next head should be selected by this perfect head only, not by the rascal voters. This is called perfect. If the head of the state is perfect, then naturally the citizens will be perfect because all the laws are there. If the head of the state says no more meat eating, all slaughterhouses will be closed immediately. If the head of the state says no more intoxication, all the cigarette factories and liquor factories will be closed immediately. That is called parampara, qualification. So therefore the head must be perfect. Then yadyadacharati sreshta tat tat eva itaro jana. Whatever the great man performs, common men will follow. Bhagavad Gita, it is said, what the chief man behaves, others will follow. This is called a leader. We have read in Srimad Bhagavatam about the reign of Maharaja Yudhishthira, how perfect it was. At the time, the cows were supplying so much milk, the bag was packed with milk, that where the cows were moving, milks were dropping, and the pasture ground became muddy with milk. So much milk was being supplied. It is said also, Sarva Khama Dukhamahi, we just saw few days back, few weeks back maybe. And exactly in right time, the right quantity of rainfall was there. Not like nowadays. Sometimes there is no rain and there is sometimes excessive rain, flood. What the scientists can do? They cannot check. These regulative principles depends on nature. And nature is being conducted by the Supreme Personality of God. And Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagati Parivartate. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 10. This cosmic manifestation is going regularly. The sun is rising exactly at the time. It is setting exactly. The seasons are coming exactly under the order of the Supreme Personality of God. So, when the king is a debauch or the president is a debauch, then the citizens are also debauched. There is restriction of supply by nature under the order of the Supreme. Just like there is now petroleum problem and this problem and that problem. So the restriction comes by the order of the Supreme Personality of God. So everything will rest. Tasmin tushte jagat tushtha. If you keep Krishna satisfied, if you all become devotees, Krishna conscious, there is no question of scarcity at all. There is no question of scarcity. There is immense supply. Ekayo bahunam vidadati kaman. The one supplier will supply to many unlimited living entities. Sometimes in season, there is so much mango supply that they rot on the ground. Nobody cares to take it. Supply is not in your hand. You cannot supply by factory. You can manufacture bolts and nuts and not rice and dal or ghee or mango or fruits. So supplying eko yo bahunam vidadati kaman. Krishna only can supply. We are also living entities. God is also living entity. Nityo Nityanam. So many times I have explained this. Just like Krishna, what is the difference of Krishna? You have got two hands, I have got two hands, he has got two hands, he has two legs, you have got two legs. So the appearance Krishna is equal or inequality? Is equal or in quality. But the difference is that he maintains everyone and you are maintained. That is the difference. You are not maintainer. You cannot maintain even your family. What to speak of maintain everyone? But God maintains everyone. Eko yo bahunam. Bahuna means many unlimited living entities are there. There are millions of elephants in Africa. He is maintaining. At a time, the elephant eats about 40 kilo. And who is supplying food for the elephant? 40 kilo every time and 3 times a day. He's eating. The small fish in the ocean, he is also eating. The small ant within the whole of your room, you are not supplying any food. They've got their family, their friends and everything. Sometimes they come out in hundreds. Who is maintaining? Therefore, eko yo bahunam vidadati. Krishna is maintaining. So the king is required because the human being has got developed consciousness. So the chance is given, just like this president post is a very exalted post. Some way or the other, people say that this elected president is misusing his power. Therefore, he should go away. Similarly, amongst all living entities, human being is the eldest or the chief, you can say, the supermost. So they should use their intelligence properly. But because every human being has got little independence, because he is part and parcel of God, God has got full independence, so he has also little independence. Just like big fire, and small fire, a spark. A spark is also fire. When the spark falls on your body, it immediately burns your clothes, right? Because it is fire. Similarly, in quality, we are as good as God. We are spirit soul, and Krishna is the supreme spirit soul, Paramatma. So qualitatively, there is no difference, but quantitatively, there is big difference. His intelligence, his power, and my intelligence and my power, it's not the same. You can manufacture a toy Sputnik to fly in the sky, to float in the sky by so many mechanical arrangements. As soon as the machine is gone out, immediately falls down. But just see what machine is there. Millions and trillions of airplanes, big planet with big mountains, ocean. They are floating in the space. This is Krishna's intelligence. Your intelligence may be that you can also float a big aeroplane for some time. And what is your biggest aeroplane in comparison to a big planet? It is nothing at all. There is also petrol stock, and in the aeroplane there is also petrol stock. Perhaps it's floating by petrol, and you are taking out all the petrols. One day it will fall down. You are disturbing God's arrangement. Just like we had the history of Lord Varahas lifting this planet here from the Garbhodaka ocean. Anytime it can fall down, but it is being floated by the supreme power. Otherwise, by calculation, how much a big planet can float just like a cotton swab. It is floating, a cotton swab. Not only one, millions. So that is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Gamavishya ojasa dharayami. He enters in each and every planet, each and every universe, each and every atom. Nandantarastha paramanu chayantarastam govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. He maintains that. So the emperor, he should be representative of God. He should be qualified, fully qualified. That was the Vedic system. We call it as monarchy, but fully qualified monarchy. Therefore, he could maintain the kingdom. The citizens were fully qualified, so qualified that they did not suffer even from disease, excessive heat, excessive coldness. No, very peaceful, very peaceful. Supply was proper. Sarva kama dugamahi. Everything was being supplied. Whatever you want, that is supplied through the earth, throughout the earth. Even if you take meat, that is also coming from the earth. The grass is there. The animal is eating, the cow or the goat. Then you are able to eat the animal. So, sarva kama dugamahi. But a human being is not meant for eating animal. Although the nature is that one animal eats another animal, that is the nature. But you have got discrimination. God has given you. When you are in the jungle, you are a tiger, you can eat animal. But when you are civilized, when you can produce nice food stuff, so many nice grains, fruits, milk, why should you eat meat? That means you are misusing your advanced intelligence improperly. Therefore, you must suffer. You must suffer. You are using your intelligence, misusing your intelligence. It was given, intelligence was given to understand what is God, what is Krishna, what is your relationship with Krishna, why you are rotting in this material world under shadow illusion of so-called happiness. These things are to be known in human form of body, and for that reason, intelligence is given. Not like working very hard like cats and dogs and asses and eat little food and do all sinful activities. This is not human intelligence. So who will control? If the king, the head of the government is perfect, then he will control. So that is all gone now. Therefore, we are suffering. Therefore, Yudhishthira Maharaj's first business is, before appointing his grandson, he was very much eager to know whether he is competent, exactly my representative or not. This is the business of the king. And Toya Nivya Patim. Tova Nivya Patim Bhume means the whole world, not the modern India. A few yards of land. No, the India was governing. You know, India, the king of the emperor of Hastinapura, he was the emperor of the whole world. All the land surrounded by ocean. Now 7 seas, 7 islands. They are mentioned in the Vedic literature, 7 islands. So the emperor would be emperor of the whole earth. And there was everywhere the Vedic culture only, not Western culture and Eastern culture. Everywhere the Vedic culture, Varnashrama Dharma, more or less. Principally in that part which is known as India. But in other parts also the Vedic culture was there actually. And the Europeans, they belonged to the Kshatriya family. The Americans also coming from them. But now in due course of time, 5,000 years, there is no history. The modern history can give detail up to 3,000 years maximum. They don't know what is beyond 3,000 years. But you can get history of the human society for millions of years from Vedic literature. Not poor fund of knowledge. Only 2,000 years or 3,000 years. Just like this Yudhishthira Maharaj was emperor 5,000 years ago only. So this is the history. That is Mahabharata. This is the characteristic. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Everything is there. Everything is there. Not like the so-called scholars and rascals, they say that these are literature within 1,500 years or like that. No, that's not accepted by us or our acharyas. That is not accepted. There are many evidences, archaeological evidences also. So 5,000 years ago, the king was so perfect. And there was one king who was ruling all over the world in the battlefield of Kurukshetra from all parts of the world. The subordinate kings, they joined to cooperate with either of the parties, Pandavas and the Kurus. And we have seen that. So the emperor was in Hastinapura. It is said, Abhyasinchat Gajakvaye. Just see. Abhyasinchat means Abhishek. Abhyasinchat. Just like we install deity, we bathe the deity, deity with so many waters. Similarly, during installation of the king also, the same ceremony takes place because it's representative of God. Before the prince or the emperor sits on the throne, the same ceremony, Abhisheka ceremony, is performed. Therefore, it is said, Abhishinchat Gajakvaye. Gajakvaye means Hastinapura. Asti means elephant. So because it is Hastinapura, therefore the name. And the Gaja means also elephant. It is named after the elephant. There were many elephants, just like Gokula. Krishna's planet is known as Gokula. There are many cows, Suravi cows. Go means cow. Similarly, this capital of Maharashtra, Yudhishthira, Hastinapura, may be taken that there were many elephants. Formerly, the kings used to maintain many elephants. Otherwise, who will maintain elephants? If I bring one elephant, I present to you, will you accept? You will be finished. You can keep one dog, which will bark. But if I say, I present you one elephant, please keep it. No, sir, no. It is not possible. All my wealth, with that also, I cannot feed my one elephant. So, who will maintain? So, only such king who is the representative of God, they can maintain Hastinapura. So, thank you very much. Any questions or comments or realization, please do share with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. So let's wind up and join back on Monday at 8 o'clock night for the continuation of Srimad Bhagavatam class. Till then, Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
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 Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vaishnav Pranam. Mancha
Panchakalpatarubhyasya
Kripa
kripasinubhaya
Patitanam Navebhyo Namo Namah.
Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.